Hello, welcome to Red Sea Rising. I'm your lovely host, Chase. Today we're gonna talk about the Arizona Cardinals. If you couldn't tell, I'm not wearing any Arizona Cardinal stuff because honestly, fuck that team. I'm not gonna wear anything until they don't embarrass me in front of my friends and family, like they do every single week since the beginning of 2020. Damn, they've been embarrassing me for a while. I've been a fan of them my whole life. I've never been this embarrassed. I've never been as embarrassed as I am since the beginning of like the 2023 season. Damn. Damn. Wow. Anyway, we're gonna talk about some positives today. We're gonna try to be positive. Walter Nolan, that guy, first round pick. He's activated. He might be playing on Monday. Exciting stuff right there. Garrett Wilson. Last name's Wilson. Yes, right? His last name doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. Slot corner for the Cardinals. His practice window got open, so he should be good to get some reps on Monday. On the offensive side, now I know what you guys are gonna say. Chase, how'd you get Kyler Murray with you? You're not in Arizona. Well, don't worry about it, but I have obviously Kyler Murray's here. Um life size Kyler right here. Um so this is my co-host, Kyler. Shit. We're not playing Call of Duty right now, so he's kind of like lazy, but you know, shit. He'll find a spot. He can sit like, there we go. Must say exactly like Mel. That's not gonna happen. But anyway, life size Kyler Murray is playing on Monday. I'll make sure he gets to Dallas in time. He made a quick pit stop in Missouri, so I'll make sure Kyler gets to Dallas in time. Um, but other than that, it's not Dallas. Dallas is a good team, all right, and I'm scared. I'm scared that the Arizona Cardinals are gonna go into Dallas with my co-host here, Kyler Murray, and they're going to bend over and take it raw. Like no lube, no nothing. Like no Diddy, no nothing. Like Diddy's not gonna be there. No baby oil, no coconut oil, no Vaseline, nothing. And they're just gonna bend over and take it raw from Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens. Their defense is laughable. Like their defense sucks. But so does the Cardinals defense. The Cardinals defense sucks. Like it is some hot ass. But Kyler, do you have anything to say? You heard it straight from the man himself. But as far as what the Cardinals can do to win, what the Cardinals can do to win is not be the Arizona Cardinals. That's what they can do. Like they need to maybe put up some, points on offense, score touchdowns in the first half. Because with Kyler, the offense has been one of the worst in the league. So I would like to see Drew Petzing, dial up some plays to where Kyler, throws the ball more than behind the line of scrimmage. If I see if I see like 10 screen passes from this man on Monday, I'm going to scream. I'm gonna be like that. That's gonna be me Monday night, and then I'm gonna get a noise complaint from my apartment. But besides the point, if I see more than 10 screenplays, I'm going to lose my mind. But as far as offense, on a real note, as far as offense goes, Kyler here needs to throw the ball. He should only really realistically have 2 reads this week. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride. Only 2 people he should be like looking at, because this defense is so bad. You can stare down Marvin Harrison Jr. for his entire route, and they won't know. They'll just let it happen. Or you can stare down Trey McBride for his whole route, and they'll just let it happen. That's the only defense in the league that you can do that with. Because they don't know what's happening. I'm convinced that in order to be on Matt Eberflus's defense in Dallas, you have to have had a lobotomy. But the Cardinals' offense has also been lobotomized. Well, they're being run by a lobotomized terrorist. He's a lobotomized terrorist. But anyway, but on the defensive side, this is going to decide the game, is how well this defense plays. It doesn't matter how good Kyler plays. If Kyler throws for like 600 yards, it won't matter, because they can still lose, because guess what? If the defense can't get like 4 stops, I'm asking for 2 stops in the first half and 2 stops in the second half, where Kyler Murray comes away with points. Okay? So you get 2 stops in the first half, you get a touchdown after those stops. That's 14 points. At worst 6. That's a 14-point swing, 6-point swing, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want. But if you get a stop and you don't get any points out of it, you're done. Because Dallas is going to try to air this thing out. They're going to try their best to make you sprint. Like, Dallas's offense has to run a 6-minute mile for 26 miles if they want to win. But you need to stop them from doing 6-minute miles. You need to make them maybe like 7-minute miles or an 8-minute mile, and then they'll fall behind. Hopefully they'll fall behind, because the defense just can't stop giving up points. Like, look at Denver. Denver has the best defense in the league. Let's call it what it is. Even with Patrick Surtain getting hurt in the first quarter of that game, they were still able to like run away with that game, because they got early stops and their offense scored. And it was a track meet that Dallas couldn't keep up in, because their defense can't buy a stop. Like, their defense can't, like, gun pointed to their head, if you said, hey, Dallas defense, Matt Eberflus's defense, if you get a stop or I'm shooting you in the face, they won't. They just simply won't. But then it gets to a point where Dallas's offense, all they have to do is get to they maybe have to get to the 50-yard line, maybe even the 40, and Aubrey's just gonna kick like an 800-yard field goal. So their offense is gonna be really hard to stop, because they have the threat. Because they have the threat of a really good kicker. And against the Cardinals, if you can get 3 points, that might just be enough. Especially if you're like behind. If they let Dallas stay in this game, if the fourth quarter comes around and Dallas is 10 points behind the Cardinals, we lost. The Cardinals lost. It's over. It is actually just so over, because the Cardinals, fourth quarter, they play so conservative. They play off ball. They play soft zone. They play the man coverage where the guy is 20 yards away from the nearest receiver. That's the type of shit they do in the fourth quarter. I hate it. And then don't get me started on the offense on the fourth quarter. The Bam Knight. You dropped Michael Carter. He's on the practice squad. So you have Amari DeMicardo, who had a 75-yard touchdown, but then threw the ball away before he crossed the goal line. And then you have Bam Knight, who's been solid, but he's not a threat out of the backfield. So this game has to rely on Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., Marvin. Did I call him Marvin? I'm stupid. Marvin, and Trey McBride. on the offensive side of the ball. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Will Johnson needs to. What they should do is put their best corner on George Pickens, lock down George Pickens because George Pickens doesn't get separation like CeeDee Lamb does. CeeDee Lamb is the guy you want for separation. That's the guy you want to be shading a safety over. So you want to. What I think they should do is put Will Johnson on George Pickens, have him follow him around the field, lock him down, play man coverage, whatever you have to do to lock him down. Lock down George Pickens, make it so he can't get those contested catches, and then take CeeDee Lamb, shade a safety over him, and make sure he can't, and minimize yards after catch, because he's going to be open, he's going to create separation, but you just want to minimize those yards after catch. So you're looking at like offensive player, important offensive players, my co-host here, Kyler, and then defensive player the important one will be maybe not Garrett Williams, Will Johnson. But I feel like Will Johnson will be the decider of the game if he can lock down George Pickens. That's probably the X factor, is you need Will Johnson to show up, or maybe on defense you want to see if you can get pressure with Walter Nolan. Even if he plays like 10 snaps, he needs to go in there and wreak havoc in those 10 snaps. Oh, I forgot to say, BJ Ojulari. His practice window's opened. So we're getting closer to having like an actually healthy defense. If they can find a way to win games, the Cardinals might be in it still. But very small chance. If they can come out on Monday night and absolutely dominate Dallas, I might start wearing Cardinal stuff again. But if they come out like I think they do, and they're gonna be like Bonnie Blue and just let Dallas run through them, then then the season's over. If you get to 6 losses with only 2 wins, the season's over. I'm gonna start talking about drafting a quarterback, because Kyler Murray, my co-host here, probably won't make it to next year. He'll get traded. Drew Petzing's gonna get fired. Jonathan Gannon that seat's gonna be real hot for him. If he's not fired, that seat's gonna be hot. But that's all I got. Kyler, you got anything to say before we leave? Make sure you like and subscribe. You heard the man. Like and subscribe. Or don't. I'll cry, but please. Bye.